God creates, humans discover. This key assumption of the Christian worldview is best explained by Albert Walters in his rather theologically based book titled Creation Regained. He says that God created the world, and our job as humans is to discover His creation. He writes, quote, "There are two kinds of laws of nature, laws of norms. Now, we're familiar with the laws of nature, the regular order of things, of physical things, you see, of plants and animals. These include the laws of gravity, motion, thermodynamics, photosynthesis, and heredity." He goes on to explain that these are God's natural laws, which we humans discover in the disciplines of physics, chemistry, and biology. But the laws of nature, now we're not so sure about those. These include the social sciences like psychology and economics, which we call norms. Now the problem is this. Humans are trying to take God's place by creating instead of discovering. In economics, I have termed this economic humanism, and it's the title of my podcast number 21. We think the government, through fiscal policy, and the Fed, through monetary policy, create the economy. But they don't. They discover ways of applying economics. Just this week, Fed Chairman Jerome Powell announced a slowing of the interest rate increase, and the stock market went up 1.5% in one day. That's artificial. That's not a true representation of the reality of the market. It's Wizard of Oz pretenders acting like God. This is what Carl Trueman calls expressive individualism. It's when individuals feel so empowered to express themselves, they think they can create their own bodies. Here's Trueman in his own words, quote, "Expressive individualism thinks of creation more as a case of raw material that we can manipulate by our own power to our own purposes." He continues, quote, "These are the philosophical claims of Friedrich Nietzsche, in which human beings are called to transcend themselves, to make their lives into works of art, to take the place of God as self-creators and the inventors, not the discoverers of meaning," end quote from Carl Trueman. See, in the relativist way of thinking, the world has no meaning. So significance can be given to it only by the actions of human beings. Meaning is created by humans, not given by God in this way of thinking. But as Christians, we believe the opposite. God creates, we discover.